with Rubik using telekinesis, and then Visage can use his familiars to just go into stone form right at the hero's path, and then they can grab the stun in on him. So we'll see how Mineski will be coupling up and using that in the team fights for them. So we're just waiting on Mineski. Last 10 seconds for them to pick up their 4th hero. And really looking for a mid hero, I guess. I don't think they want to be sending their Timbersaw and Weaver into mid. So last second, and they pick up the Ancient Apparition. So, well, I haven't really seen this hero much ever since the recent patch. And he did get his Ice Vortex buffed up a little bit. It used to be 6 seconds in cooldown, now it's 4 seconds. So you can just spam up your Ice Vortexes everywhere and slow down all those heroes over there. Movement speed and magic resistance that get reduced. So it's a really good teamfight hero now coming up for Mineski. And also this Ice Blast and Earthshaker as Echo Slam. Really good teamfight so far, I would say, for Mineski. Looks like they want to be building into a teamfight kind of game for themselves. But Orange, they go back and pick up the Spectre. Now she, I think, is going to be such a big worry for Mineski now. If they don't control her farm in the early game, once she gets into the late game, I don't think any of these heroes can easily bring down the Spectre, because once you get into the late game, she gets the Desolate, she gets the Dispersion. She kills you even without hitting you with that Dispersion. So it's going to be really good for Orange, and I think Yamate, he plays an excellent Spectre. Such a good farmer on him. So we'll see if he wants to head into mid or he will take up the carry role in the form of the Spectre. As for Mineski, the last ban was going to be Puck. And well, Orange Esports, they had no mid hero, so they do take out the Puck, and Orange Esports take out the Queen of Pain. Well, the Puck is kind of a counter to the Queen of Pain, so well, they just take out each other, so they won't be in the mix-up of this match. And we're just waiting on Mineski to pick up their last hero. I think it's gonna be mid hero unless Timbersaw goes to the mid or Weaver goes to the mid. I don't think that's gonna be the case. They want to be playing the Weaver on the safe lane and Timbersaw on the off lane, so they want to be picking up a mid hero. We'll see what they're gonna be picking up. Just 3 seconds, 2, 1, and 1 second of bonus time, and they let it go. They now get the last pick, Lifestealer. I think they really I think they picked it up, yeah, because they still have 1 second of bonus time left. So they last pick a Lifestealer. So it looks like it's really gonna be maybe a safe lane Lifestealer and an off lane Timbersaw and a mid Weaver maybe. I don't know how they're gonna be laning this up. Actually, the Lifestealer, the Weaver, and the Timbersaw, either one of the heroes can go to the off lane and then leave the others to farm up. They might even try up some dual lane action, so we'll see how this is going to be working out for Mineski. Quite flexible right now with the way they're going to be laning up, so things, well, kind of good for them in this draft so far, not revealing much. And then Orange Esports, last pick, Shadow Fiend. Lots of damage going to be coming their way right now. So Spectre with them, Shadow Fiend as well. In with the Daxia, Vac into Wall of Replica. Things are gonna get so painful. So we'll see how they're gonna be making it work for themselves. So well, just waiting on all the players to pick up their heroes, and then we'll be good to go for the game. Alright, so in we get into the game, and we'll just quickly run through all the heroes and players who will be playing them. And well, on Shadow Fiend, who else would you see but Yamate, the famous Shadow Fiend? You remember in Dota 1, he was such a famous Shadow Fiend player. So Yamate will be the one taking the Shadow Fiend, probably heading into mid lane. Ling will be using the Rubik. 60, who is also TFG, he will be using the Daxia. As for Shaki, he'll be the one playing the carry role of the Spectre, and Darkwish standing in for Winter. He'll be the one playing the support Visage. As for Mineski, it's gonna be Jesse Vash, who's gonna be on the Lifestealer, Josh on the Ancient Apparition, Joven on Weaver, and this is Jay. Jay is on the Earthshaker, as well as Jules, who is gonna be playing the mid Timbersaw. So it looks like it's gonna be a dual lane. It's gonna be a Lifestealer and Ancient Apparition dual lane on top. They can try to grab some kills with the slow coming up with the cold feet from the Ancient Apparition, and then the open wounds coming up from the Lifestealer. And probably they can tick off and get the stun over there and try to grab some kills. As for the bot lane, it's going to be Earthshaker and the Weaver dual lane at bottom. But for Mineski, or rather for Orange Esports, it's going to be a tri lane of the Rubik, Visage, and the Spectre, who will be at bottom lane. and then standard Daxia off lane, or he might even head into the jungle. Well, it's a little more difficult for him with jungle right now, so I think he might just head into the top lane. Well, regen rune up on top, and ancient apparition, I'm sure he'll get it. And some creep pulling going on by the Weaver. Does manage to grab the creep pull off just a little, but he was forced to Sukuchi away, so the creep does manage to go back into the lane. So some warding. Nope, they didn't manage to block off that creep camp. Just missed it by a slight second. So yeah, they'll just head back into the lane, and both the supports, they can look into trying to grab some neutral stacking and pulling going on. We'll see how they're going to be doing it for themselves. Mid lane though, Shadow Fiend against the Timbersaw. I don't think we'll see much of a killing action here until we hit about level 6 for the Timbersaw, and then he will try to go in with the Chakra Magic and try to grab some kills in on the Shadow Fiend. But so far, I think it's gonna be pretty even. I think the Shadow Fiend will be able to get some last hits in, and Timbersaw will be able to get some last hits as well. He has now 4 last hits to himself, Jules, and I think Jules is like a support player, but now he's like transitioned into the mid role, so he's on mid with Timbersaw. So we'll see how he's gonna be matching up against the legendary Yamate on the Shadow Fiend. So on bot lane, it's just like a tri-lane of heroes just waiting for things to happen, because I don't think they're gonna be getting much kills on this Weaver until they really commit to it and get some sentry wards. They do definitely have the sentry wards, but I'm not sure if they can try to grab some kills on the Weaver, because he has his Sukuchi to try and escape away. So not much lockdown for the bottom tri-lane other than the telekinesis for the Rubik. So I'm not so sure if we're gonna see much killing action on bot, but probably we'll see it happen most likely at top, with the Ancient Apparition and the Lifestealer going in on the Daxia, who does have 1 level in Search and Ion Shell as well. So looking at the farming charts, it's like 4 last hits for Spectre and Lifestealer, so both the carries going good for them. Not really good, but I would say they're pretty much even with those 4 last hits each for them. And I think it's gonna be a really passive start for both these teams. And over the past like couple of weeks, those 2 play weeks which we had in the Dota 2 Elite League, we've been seeing like really passive starts from both teams in all the matches. It isn't really, I mean, it's really surprising to see Southeast Asian teams playing passive, because that's not how they play. They play aggressive. But this time they want to go passive, and Darkwish just managed to get the deny off on the rune. So Earthshaker will not get the rune. He will head back. A very sad Earthshaker. So it's really passive starts, like I was saying earlier. And looks like they want to commit into this kill on the Weaver. He has 1 second left on the cooldown on Sukuchi, and he will manage to escape if he really wants to. But he will just save his mana up for that. He'll just eat a tango and, well, create a path now for the supports to get a double pull in. But well, he'll just disrupt it away, or rather just pull the creeps out of the positions and see what he can do from there. But for the Earthshaker, he has rotated towards top lane. Looks like they want to try to go in on the kill for Dadaxia. But will he? Nope, he gets a boots instead. Didn't go deep enough. He has to go like all the way here just to see the Earthshaker. So he didn't go deep enough. So he didn't catch out the Earthshaker. We'll see if they try to commit to get a kill in on him at top. Lifestealer though, pretty happy so far. Just farming up his creeps. Not much of a disturbance for him, other than the occasional Ion Shell which will come up from the Daxia. Mid lane though, really low on health already. Jules getting controlled here by the Shadow Fiend. But well, pretty much even in terms of the last hits charts. It's 15 last hits for Jules and 14 are now 15 for Yamate, so it's really even with them so far. But Yamate, I think, will get just a bit of an edge here right now, pushing the wave into the Timbersaw's tower, and he gets first blood as well. Jules came in a bit too far. Yamate gets 1 hit on him, and then the race goes off, the E-race, and down he goes. And on bottom lane as well, they do manage to grab the kill off on the Weaver. Try to grab in a kill on the Earthshaker as well. but Ancient Apparition is here to help as well. So Earthshaker really low on health, trying to go in on the Spectre. No, they don't. Earthshaker prepped a stun but didn't manage to get it off, so they will back off. I don't think they had enough firepower to kill off the Spectre with all the support he was getting. So Yamate now in control of this mid lane. He's on level 6 and Jules just popped level 5. So Yamate having about 1.5 levels advantage for himself. Things looking really good for this beast of a Shadow Fiend player. So just grabbing the illusion rune and heading back to mid. Even more lane control coming up now for him. Not so sure how Jules is going to be handling this Shadow Fiend from now onwards. Spectre though, feeling pretty happy about the farming. 23 last hits for himself, Shaki. Used to be a support player in MUFC, I think, and now he is probably the carry player right now for Orange. So both the supports for Orange are just doing their pulling, the double pulling in from this creep wave, cutting the tree across, and then pulling into that wave as well. So, well, good strategy, I would say. And Korea almost dying, 11 HP left on him. And they're gonna commit in on the Earthshaker. Looks like there will definitely be a kill. Soul Assumption managing to grab off the kill, and Weaver gets in the kill on Rubik as well. So that's a 1-for-1 trade. Good for both teams so far. So, well, things pretty really even, except that Orange has 3 kills to their name. Let's have a quick look at the goal charts. It's about 1,500 goal lead for Orange Esports, and XP as well, just above 2,000. So Joven really going aggressive in on the Spectre. He has to be careful though. This Disperse coming up from Spectre, he does have 1 level up on it. Dispersion does cause a lot of damage once he gets into like the later levels, like level 3 and level 4. So, well, right now he can still try to fight up, but once he gets into the late levels, it's gonna be much more difficult. Looks like we're gonna have a race to get the bottom room, but looks like he'll be technically stuck. And Jules, will he be going down? Grave is up on him as well. Grave chill, I would say, but they do not manage to grab the kill on him. Reactive armor really helping him out, and it's really difficult to kill the Timbersaw once he gets those levels up on reactive armor. The more you hit him, the more he's gonna regenerate. The more armor he's gonna get, the more he'll be able to escape. So, well, they do manage to let the kill go out of their grasp, and they'll head back into their lanes and try to farm up. But we'll see Earthshaker and the Ancient Apparition heading towards the top lane. And Daxia, I think he spotted them out. Yup, he definitely did. Once you get on this cliff, you can definitely see downwards. So he did manage to see them, and he will surge away back into the safety of the opponent jungle. But, well, it is kind of safe since there's no one there. So he will be able to just go there and farm up a bit if he really wants to. I'm sure he'll be the one looking to get the mech up for his team. Yamate though does have the Invis rune for himself, and he's on level 8 already, but has not added the Requims of Souls yet for himself. Really not seeing the need for it yet, especially when you're up against a Timbersaw. Not easy to go and position yourself and try to grab a kill on the Timbersaw, because he will just Timber Chain away up to this tree. So, well, does skip the Requiem of Souls, instead goes for the other levels on Necromastery and the Shadow Race. And I'm sure he'll be adding up his Requiem of Souls pretty soon once he gets some of his items up. And top, they do manage to grab a kill in on the Weaver though. Visage getting the last hit on that. So that's 3 heroes at top for Orange. Or rather, what was I talking about? It was on bottom lane, wasn't it? So yeah, bottom lane, they do manage to get the kill on the Weaver, and looks like they want to commit to this tier 1 tower push. Shaki as well on the Spectre, building towards the Drum of Endurance. Really favored build now for Spectre, this Drum of Endurance, giving you lots of movement speed and attack speed once you go into the team fight. Especially now they can haunt in and out. Like, you can haunt. Last time you used to haunt into one hero, and then you can't haunt onto another hero onto the other lane if you wanted to, but now you can after the recent patch. So he might just try to get some movement speed, try to grab a kill on one lane, and then go to the other lane and grab more kills over there. So Orange just waiting passively right now in bottom lane to try and grab something. Weaver and Earthshaker are back here. But Orange do know what is happening. They do have 2 wards here just to see out the hero. So they do know that Earthshaker is here. They can try to go in on him if they really want to. And even there's spamming coming up from both these teams. And yep, Orange, they do find out the Earthshaker. Solar Assumption goes up. Visage going down low as well. Does have the Swarm up on him, the Swarm bugs. But he does manage to escape. And well, looks like there's just 1 casualty for Mineski. But it's 5-1 right now for Orange. So pretty much of a, I would say quite a big lead, I would say, in terms of gold. That's about 3,000 gold lead. And almost popping 3,500 experience lead for Orange. So early game looking really good so far for Orange Esports. And Yamate as well heading into the Shadow Blade. Does have the Shadow Amulet up and running. Does need only the Claymore. That's coming in about 900 gold, and then he can run about to try and grab some kills around the map. Lifestealer though slowly building up towards his armlet. Still has some, not too far away I would say. But Daxia also heading towards his Mechanism, and then they can go for the team fights. I think he would grab the Mechanism just a bit later than the Shadow Fiend would grab his Shadow Blade. So once they grab that together, they'll, I'm sure, go for the team fights and try to grab some tower pushes going on as a 5-man team. But right now we see some action going on at bottom lane. We have Rubik right, so aggressive, going in way past the tier 1 tower. I have no idea how he even got there. Probably he just walked down this way. Not sure how he got there, but they did manage to find him off, and he does escape. So
bottom tower is being
even Ice Vortex dropped down as well. Josh really wants to look for this Rubik. What he doesn't know is that the Rubik TP'd away. But Shadow Fiend right now really putting in the pressure on the tier 1 tower on middle lane. Wants to put this down as quickly as possible. Looking at his tower, that's really healthy. So it looks like they really want to go in, search in, up as well on the Rubik. Telekinesis up, and Timber Chain will not be able to latch up. Chakram goes up as well. Will they be able to turn around the fight? Yamate, 1 more hit, just damage to get it off. And even the Requiem of Souls does manage to come up, but Weaver does have to time-lapse back to his base. Shadow Fiend now chasing up the Earthshaker. 1 more hit, does manage to grab it off. And Spectre even coming in with the Haunt. In comes the Spectral Dagger. Are they really going to dive in for this? 1 more hit, and Ancient Apparition does grab it. Lifestealer dies as well. That's a 4-man wipe for Mineski, trying to defend the tier 1 tower at mid. And instead, Orange grabbed 4 kills out of that. That's now 9-1. A big lead for Orange now in terms of the early game, transitioning into the mid game. And Yamate, I think he does have his Shadow Blade. Yup, the Shadow Blade is up and running now, up for him. And he's bought up an Ogre Club as well. I think he's definitely going for the BKB now. And I think after that, with all the lack of items that Mineski is having right now, I think it's going to be almost impossible to bring down the Shadow Fiend once he gets his BKB and the Shadow Blade. Visage still farming up Dark Wish. I think he wants to go for the Arcanine Scepter, since Daxia is the one who's building into Mechanism, and he does have it already. So it looks like just about the right timing where the Shadow Fiend grabs his Shadow Blade and the Daxia grabs his Mechanism. So they will go for the team fight at top, I would assume. So far not happening though. Shadow Fiend is still happily farming up at mid. He has no fear at all because he has 2 support heroes right behind him to help him out if he needs to. And well, on top lane, they do manage to grab a kill in on the Daxia Earthshaker with the Fisher, I think, grabbing the last hit on him. So the Mineski do manage to put 1 kill back. And here is Weaver. Lifestealer is infested inside the Weaver. That's what Shadow Fiend does not know. And stun comes in from Ling on the Rubik with the Fisher. And Lifestealer does have to back off. Once that stun came off with the Fisher, that was definitely a kill on Weaver. He is so squishy, and he even had like just about 3/4 health. So that was an easy kill coming up from Yamate. And Orange are really pushing back the heroes of Mineski, who have really high armor and tank ability, but they really want to go in on the Shadow Fiend right now. He's really tanky though. Echo Slam used as well. Requiem of Souls will not be able to pop before he dies. and instead on the back lines Earthshaker will die as well. Spectre being hunted by the Timbersaw and the Weaver, but they will not manage to grab him off. So there's 3 heroes down for Mineski, only 2 of them alive to defend this mid tower. But will Orange commit? I don't think so. They don't have enough damage for themselves. Shadow Fiend is dead, so they will back off and go back to farming. Spectre also does have the jump of the endurance for himself, so we'll see if he wants to build into a Radiance next or will go for the Diffuser Blade. That's like the usual builds which we see for Spectre players. So we'll see how he's gonna be doing up for himself. As for top lane though, tower just about almost half HP right now, but Mineski will be able to defend it up. No problems for them at all. Shadow Fiend back at top, trying to harass the Lifestealer away. Looks like Orange, they want to try and commit towards this tier 1 push at top. And well, Rubik has the Echo Slam now. We'll see if Ling can try to grab a kill in on him. Ice Blast comes in from the Ancient Apparition, just managed to hit the Shadow Fiend, and now they try to go in on the Earthshaker as well. Vacuum comes in, Earthshaker goes down. Lifestealer trying to escape with Rage. He does manage to escape, but there you go, you saw the Echo Slam going off from Rubik, and he does manage to steal the Fissure as well. So Mineski really giving away important skills to Orange, and they are now using it to their advantage. Now Ancient Apparition will go down as well to Visage, who has perfect placement with the Familiars and the Stone Form. Now it's 15 to 3. Things are looking so bad for Mineski. It's about more than 10,000 gold lead now, almost popping 11,000 for Orange Esports and 8,000 XP lead for them. So still, Orange looking really good in terms of the team fight. Jay doesn't want to give away his Fissure anymore. Straight after the Fissure, he goes in for the Enchant Totem, so he doesn't give away the Fissure to the Rubik. Whereas on the other lane, Rubik and Spectre, Rubik just babysitting the Spectre to farm on bottom. He's up to 3.2k gold now. I think he's looking for the Relic and into the Radiance, I guess. That's the item he's looking for. Earthshaker though having a pretty bad day at the office, and looks like he might give away another kill. No, he won't. Haunt comes in from the Spectre. Spectral Dagger goes up. He's definitely going down. Last hit coming up for Shadow Fiend with the Shadow Rays. Requiem of Souls being used as well, just on the Weaver, but he manages to time lapse away. Ice Blast doesn't hit on anyone at all, and looks like Orange will be able to escape with no casualties. Once again, Ling using the Fissure to his advantage. Lifestealer doing as much damage as he can, but he will be going down. That's 4 heroes down once again for Mineski. Things not looking good at all, and Joven managing to escape as well. But well, 4 heroes down. Earthshaker as revived, but I'm not sure if they will be able to defend this tier 1 tower, and they have even found the Earthshaker, so he is now going to go down. Weaver is trying to pick off the other heroes at the back, and he's trying to grab the kill on the Rubik, but just managing to escape away from the race from Shadow Fiend, and he is able to TP back to his safety. And Ice Blast does. Ling still, whoa, he does manage to pop off, ticks off from the Ice Blast, so he will die. 1 kill coming up for Mineski, but really things still looking bleak for them. Orange though will not commit too much, they will back off. BKB is up already for the Shadow Fiend, so slowly building up towards his next item. But so far it's a 20 to 5 gold lead for Orange Esports, and looking at the gold lead, almost 13,000, and XP 12,000. I don't think I've seen any team come back from this kind of a deficit, other than if you're like a Chinese team and you just like farm up. But well, they're trying to go in on Shaki right now. Lots of damage being done up on him by the Weaver and the Lifestealer. They do manage to grab the kill on him, so that's a really important pick-off coming up for Mineski. Do manage to shut down the farm of the Spectre while he's trying to build up for the Radiance. He's definitely going for it with the pick-up of the Relic, so does manage to slow him down a bit. But he will spawn up, and I'm sure he will just haunt back into an engagement if there really is one. So items not really coming up for Mineski at all. Lifestealer still being stuck on that armlet, and Weaver only has a Ringer Aquila and the power threats. So Mineski does have to get some things going up for them. They didn't buy up the Midases though. Really seeing lots of games after the new patch about teams where they buy up the Midas and try to go in on the Shadow Fiend right now. He will BKB, turn around, try to fight the Lifestealer though, and he does not manage to grab him off. The rage is long enough to hold him back. He does manage to escape from the swarm though, and looks like Mineski, they will manage to retreat without losing anything, and Yamate as well on about 20 HP does manage to survive. He tried to go in on the Lifestealer, but he didn't manage to. Whoa, he died at base, didn't he? Yep. Ancient Apparition killing Yamate in base. So yep, he did send the Ice Blast all the way back to base, and Shadow Fiend did manage to get hit over there. But like I was saying earlier, Shadow Fiend survived with just about 20 HP, and he was trying to go in on the Lifestealer who had Rage. He used Requiem of Souls, he didn't time it properly, and he died over there. And right now, Wall and Vacuum being used up. Well, Mineski not dying yet. Ancient Apparition, just one more hit, it does die now. Earthshaker comes up with the fish as well, try to grab in some support, but he does not manage to save his teammate from that. Ice Vortex being stole by Rubik, so well, just helps in the team fight a little bit. On top, once again, will Shaki go down to this duel of the Weaver and the Lifestealer? No, he will not. He will manage to escape, and Ling now steals the Rage. So a bit of survivability coming up for him, but Mineski seems like they are slowly trying to turn this around with pickoffs here and there. And well, we'll see if they do manage to get the items up. Looks like Weaver is really looking towards getting his BKB. Does manage to escape though, and Joven comes in, or Jara Jesse comes in from the back trying to grab in the kill from the Weaver, but he stole Sukuchi, so he will be able to escape. As for the Spectre, he does have his Radiance now though, so he's gonna be so painful to the support heroes such as the Earthshaker and the Ancient Apparition, who only have about 700 HP, and Earthshaker has about 600 right now. He has about 1000 when he's full, but he's just gonna melt once the Spectre comes anywhere near them. So we'll see how they're gonna be doing, or rather dealing, against Orange. Mineski is surely trying to hold their ground right now. Still trying to not lose any more towers. Mid tower still at about half HP. They do have all their tier 2 towers up for themselves. So still trying to defend up, and Mineski trying to pick off one by one and try to get themselves back into the game. It's not all lost though, but definitely not gonna be easy for them. Back on bottom lane though, Shadow Fiend is here, trying to focus the attention on him and give some space for the Spectre to farm up on top. So that's what Orange are doing so far, trying to get a bit of a split push going on with 4 heroes on bottom lane and have the Spectre alone at top. Looks like Yamate will be finding the Earthshaker. This is gonna be an easy kill up on him. Gonna grab off just a few auto attacks, and even the telekinesis being used by the Rubik just to ensure. So that's a kill, and now even the Spectre committing in on the Ancient Apparition does manage to get the kill off on him, and Joven managed to escape with just about 20 HP as well. Will he be able to get the kill on Shaki? Mech pops off. Joven really burning down to the radiance of the Spectre. So tier 2 tower at bottom lane is still up for Mineski. They can try to defend this, and Earthshaker respawns in about just about now, so they can try to go towards bottom lane and try to defend this. He does have his Echo Slam. Question is though, can he get near enough to get the Echo Slam to work for them? So it looks like Mineski does really want to defend. They do manage to pop off the glyph, and in comes the Ice Blast as well. Doesn't hit on anyone. In goes the Blink Dagger in from the Ducks here. Do manage to evaporate the Earthshaker as well as the Weaver. 2 kills going in the way of Orange. Now they'll grab a third one with the Lifestealer, who is trying to come in from the back, but he just dies to all these 5 heroes from Orange, and they will now go into the Roshan pit, I'm sure, just to get the Roshan and ensure this game is won. Yep, so they will head into the Roshan pit. Mineski surely know this is happening, but there is absolutely nothing they can do to stop this Roshan from going to Orange Esports. Even Ice Blast being used as well, just to try and stop them a little bit, but they will all be able to escape. Daxia getting really low, but does not reach the threshold where he'll be able to tick off